Bros and shows. I gotta have me my bros and shows. Bros and shows. Bros and shows. I gotta have me my bros and shows.
Bros News. Damn it. Bros and Shows News. Welcome back.
Good thing we still, I'm pretty sure we still have the naming rights to Bra Bros, so I don't think we
I
get
do
in trouble
believe
for that.
so. That might actually stick. That might be the new intro every time we do the news episodes. Welcome back to the news, everybody. We took a brief hiatus because last week nothing was really here to report. So now there's lots to talk about. So we are excited
we got a lot.
We do. We got a full slate of news to discuss with you today. So why don't we jump right in? I don't want to waste any time.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I didn't do this part. I'm your co-host, Steel Russell, joined as always by the one and only Ron Burgundy Goots.
I thought, wait a minute. I thought you were doing a cold intro, and then I was like, all right, cool, that worked. And you're like, wait a minute. No, you leave that. It's fun.
Yeah, we're here now.
It's news. We're just here.
We're here now.
We're here. We're just reporting the news. Here's where we are. Here's what we're doing. We're reporting the news. And there's a lot of stuff to discuss here. Yeah, slam that notebook shut. You know what it is. This is freeform news. This is I talk about shit and I get your reaction.
Bros Unhinged.
Well, the first order of business here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are going to be covering Love Island. We have figured out the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We will be recording most weeks. Things will obviously change because it's us, but we will be recording most weeks in 2 segments where we get, I think it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll be recording on Wednesday. So that'll probably be out Thursday before the end of the week. And then we'll have the Thursday, Friday episodes coming, I guess, the next week. So it'll be out Monday, I think, is probably what we're going to end up doing.
Yeah, we talked about this. What the fuck?
Yeah. I got confused about days, but that's what happens. We'll have 2 episodes a week, one to start your week, one to end your week. And we'll be talking about all of the happenings in the villa. Steele's now fully entrenched. I didn't even get to watch it last night because I was sat ready to roll 9 p.m. Peacock goes, hey, little delayed, pal. Didn't come on till like 10 o'clock. I go to bed early. What do you want from me? I got a lot
sleepy
to do.
boy. The sleepy boy.
Sleepy boy.
I watched it today, and I get it. This is my first full episode. I totally get it. This show rocks. It's crazy what they put these people through. And now it makes more sense when I heard after last season that like multiple cast members are like taking breaks from social media and like I just need a second.
I think that pretty much happens that happens to the UK too. And the UK is kind of the flagship. So that's the bigger one. That one's more consistent. Season 6 for the US was the best US Love Island show.
That was the first Ariana season, right?
Yeah. So hopefully, and all the contestants were just incredible. So hopefully they can capture that magic again this season. I know a lot of people are a little hesitant, but I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a great time. And we're excited to cover it. We are pumped to cover it. So I can't wait for that. One little thing that I do have to throw in here. So it's filmed in Fiji.
Yes.
You know what else is filmed in Fiji? Survivor season 50. So Ariana confirmed that she has heard from Survivor contestants that when they're doing the fireworks and all the light shows and shit, they can hear some things going on while they're sitting on their campsite in Survivor. Yeah, apparently that's what happens. So that is awesome. That's an awesome. I would, and obviously it's 2 different networks. It would never happen, but I would love it if a Survivor contestant gets sent home, but it's like some hot dude, hot chick, and they end up just being a bombshell
over to the Love Island villa.
New bombshell hits the villa, and it's just some dirty, disgusting Survivor contestant.
It's like I'm ready.
Or it's Mike White from the White Lotus. Who knows?
That's what I was thinking. It wasn't White Lotus filmed in Fiji?
Or the creator is going back. He's in season 50.
Oh,
that's a completely different thing. Yeah, Mike White's going to be there. But yeah, so that's what we've got. So gear up. We're going to have some Love Island episodes to you guys coming pretty soon.
And I will say, again, I don't have experience with this show, but I really, really enjoyed the cast so far. There's the dudes. That's my favorite part is that we get to talk about these dudes because they're just characters. But I think that it's going to be a good season. Obviously, I'm biased because I want it to be a good season, but I'm excited to dive into the Love Island world. This
If
is like
you
exciting for me.
if you thought we had fun shitting on the dudes on a Bachelorette season, just wait for this.
Oh, just buckle up, baby.
It's
Buckle
gonna be
up.
great.
Mm-hmm.
But moving right along here, we're going to move on to our next topic. And this is a new Bravo show, which I've actually heard is really good. It aired
I've
last
heard good
night.
things. I've heard good
I heard
things.
it looks promising, but we've got some news out of there. And it's, Bravo centric. And one of them is a housewive's daughter in Ariana Beirman, who last week came out, and this was back in 2022. She got a DUI. There was a whole thing coming out, but it's more the fact that happened, and within a couple of days, another cast member on the same show, who was Charlie. I forget what Charlie's last name. Zork.
Charlie Zakor.
Zakor. Yeah, I was gonna say Zork.
I'm pulling it up now.
I was way off. He was involved in something. We're not really sure to what extent he's involved. We know he's a crypto bro.
I just looked it up.
There was a crypto torture going on where one crypto bro in New York apparently kidnapped a different crypto bro from Europe, had him tied up and used chainsaws and all this shit to torture him to get all of his passcodes so that they could steal his crypto money. And Charlie was spotted right outside when the guy got arrested, and apparently is friends with that guy and
like crashes at his house.
Routinely crashes at his house. And the funny part about this whole thing is Charlie, I guess they had taglines for this show. Charlie's tagline was, "I know everybody's secrets." So you have to understand that he probably knows what's going on here, and he could be an accessory to crime here. So not really sure what the fuck to think about that one. The Ariana one is like, all right, yeah, that happened like a couple of years ago. It's, obviously a serious matter, but it doesn't really have a whole lot of bearing on what's going on. It's more just, we've got a brand new show on Bravo. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, what's going on here?
Bravo reality star Charlie Zakor is at the scene of crypto torture arrest, sometimes crashed at SoHo House of Horrors. All right, a video emerged Friday showing the arrest of John Woltz, the cryptocurrency investor suspected of kidnapping and torturing Italian crypto millionaire Michael Valentino Teofrasto with a chainsaw, electric wire, and more in a sadistic weeks-long extortion attempt. The clip shows a blonde man looking concerned as cops cuff Carturan outside a Soho townhouse. Page 6 can reveal the blonde man is Charlie Zakor, the star of upcoming Bravo reality show Next Gen NYC. What a way to start your career on Bravo. I don't think much has come out in regards to his involvement with it, other than he crashes there. Like right here, it says a source says he sometimes crashes at the luxurious Prince Street pad. At the end, it says Zakor has not been arrested or accused of any crimes, nor have any of the other stars on the show. So that's all we know from it for now. But I remember I posted the headline because it popped up, and I was like, "Excuse me."
What?
Well, it seems so nonchalant. It's like, the crypto torture house. I was like, is this a thing? Like, I know the crypto world is weird, but
like a sex dungeon. No,
that's
okay.
That's what. So of course, my head immediately went there. I was like, oh, like creepy, like sex stuff. Like that's
it
what
is
they're
New
doing.
York.
Well, they have all that crypto money, so like, let's do some weird shit now. But I will say, well, it's interesting because like we always talk about how news tends to break right before shows drop. Was this a plant?
Well, I mean, the guy got arrested like
a
week before. I don't think that was a plan. I think Kim Zolciak's daughter, the fact that headline dropped, that was a plan. That was a, hey, she's got a show coming out. Let's put this out there and leak it to the media. That was 1,000% the reasoning there. This one is just the timing on it is, wow. How about that?
Was it good timing or bad timing? I mean, this might be one of those where press is bad press kind of deals, because I guarantee more people watch the premiere after seeing, Torture House and Charlie Zakor.
Yeah. So I don't really know what to think about it. That's one of those things that we'll get more information, but it seems like if he wasn't arrested and he's not like an accomplice, it's probably not going to be a whole big thing. But it is crazy that he was that close to it, and that he's on a brand new Bravo show, and that we didn't even know who this guy was like until a month ago when they announced the cast.
All right, but just indulge me for a second. Okay.
Sure.
If you're routinely crashing at this man's house, right? Like that seems to be something he's doing on the reg. He had a man there for weeks, tied up.
Yep.
Using chainsaws, which are not quiet.
Nope.
And electric wires, which I would imagine would involve some screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody heard that?
I guess nobody heard it.
Especially if he's coming out of the house. Like, wait, he got arrested and he came, like, was he in the house or was he near the house?
I think he was there. I think he knew what was going on and he was just like nearby and stopped by to see his friend get arrested, you know.
Oh, didn't he get cuffed though?
No, I didn't see him getting cuffed.
Oh, I thought he did get cuffed.
Oh,
no,
okay. The picture, all the pictures that I saw were just his friend getting arrested in a bathrobe, and then
I see.
He was just kind of like standing.
Oh, he's standing right next to him. He's got socks on, bro. Or are those just wacky New York shoes?
They're probably wacky New York shows.
He's behind the lines, though. I don't know. That's sketchy to me, dude. He looks like he's in loungewear.
The house. He could have been in the house, but he got arrested. Who knows?
Oh, well, that's fucking weird. Because if he's standing there, now I'm way more invested in this than I was previously. He's legit behind him as they're cuffing and patting this man down.
Yep. Why would you not get arrested?
I don't believe that he walked over there to check out what was going on. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
He could have been there or nearby. I have no idea. I don't know. Unfortunately, the show's not filming right now because that would be electric.
I know,
no
right?
pun intended.
Hey,
hey now. Yeah, a little too soon. Well, we'll keep tabs on that one.
Definitely. I'm fully invested now.
We're now invested. Meanwhile, this was really the only bit of news that popped out last week that we have to talk about because I have a theory on it. People Magazine did a whole spread on Bravo's most eligible bachelors. Who do you think made the cut?
Captain Jason.
Nope.
Oh, it's one of those lists. Okay. Shep.
Yep.
Well, Austin's taken now. Oh man, Ralph.
Nope. Nope. Think current shows. Well, actually, I'll just read you the list because we could be here all day with eligible is in very big air quotes. Shep, Jesse, Carl, Frasier from he's on Below Deck, so we don't really watch Below Deck too much, but I know who he is. Tom Schwartz and Tyson Beckford, who is now he is on a Bravo show. At the time when this dropped, I didn't know that there was a Bravo show coming out. I think it's called King's Court. There was a Queen's Court before. Now he's going to be headlining King's Court. People Magazine did a whole piece on what it's like being in reality TV, what it's like being an eligible bachelor on reality TV, how it works dating. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. The whole thing reeks of Love Hotel season 2. That's what I think.
Oh, that makes sense to me. With that cast, that's not fun.
Yeah,
how do you run it back with that? That's by the way, these are
that is
eligible
1,000% what they're going to do. That is 1,000% what they're going to do. I've had a feeling about this for a while. They're going to have people like Shep and Austin taken again. Poor Austin. We keep throwing him under the bus here.
Sorry, dude.
Happily in a relationship, but they're going to throw people like Shep out there. They're going to throw people like Jesse and Carl out there. That's what they were always going to do, I feel like, for Love Hotel. But the timing of it was very interesting because Love Hotel with the women of the Housewives just kind of started popping off. People were getting interested in it. Here's a People Magazine, a whole spread about what it's like being an eligible bachelor in Bravo. Sure. I know what you're doing.
What do these bachelors bring? Like, these are your eligible bachelors. I mean, Carl doesn't deserve to be lumped in with the likes of Jesse and Shep by any means. Jesse is not a good dude. I know you have a crush on him, but like not a solid guy.
No, Jesse Solomon, not Jesse Lacey.
Jesse Solomon?
Yeah.
Who's gonna watch this season of Summer House and be like, I want to date that guy?
It's giving them a keys to a sports car that they don't know how to drive. It's going to be rough. Where we just watched him manipulate a woman on Summer House, and we've watched him. He's a player, which it could be entertaining television. You're just telling them that, hey, this is what we want you to do. This is exactly what we want you to do. We're going to send you down to Mexico, and we're going to send you a bunch of women that are from various age ranges that could want to hook up with any of you. But go ahead, have fun. It's gonna
Go
be great.
nuts, Jesse. Oh God,
Yeah.
you know who I don't want to see in that atmosphere is Jesse and
Who's
Shep.
that? Yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be
need to see
interesting.
those two with like multiple women that are going down to quote
Yeah,
unquote find love. I think
yeah,
you're right. That makes the most sense why they would drop that when they did.
I agree.
But that's not the same kind of vibe that the reason the show's good is because the current cast that we have. Like it just
Mm-hmm.
works because you have wacky dynamics between the four of them. Those
Yep.
two alone are the same character, Shep and Jesse. They do the same shit. They're just both
Yeah.
fuckboys. I don't need to see that.
Yeah.
That's not fun. I just can just watch their shows.
I'm still gonna watch it, obviously.
Well,
I
yeah, we
think it
have
could be
to.
interesting. I would also love it if
Carl would be
that's not
fun
gonna
to
happen.
watch in Love Hotel.
Yeah, because Carl would be like watching Shannon Bedore. Like he would just
Correct.
probably be enamored by one woman and fumble over his words the whole time, get into a weird spot, and then end up at the end of it with the same girl that he started talking to the first time that he got on there.
He
So
would find the female version of Earl the Pearl.
for sure, 1,000%. That's exactly what I'd be waiting for. It was just weird. It was just very odd, and it came out during all of the Jesse and Lexi stuff when everybody's seemingly against Jesse, and it's
That's
like,
the
hey,
weird thing.
here's a puff piece. It's like, what? What are we doing?
Like the fact that Jesse, and I'll keep saying this forever, is getting out of this like so clean
Mm-hmm.
is beyond me. I
Yeah,
will never understand it to the point where he's now getting People magazine to write about him being one of the most eligible bachelors. When we
exactly.
watched Wes go through this similar situation and is to this day getting dragged. But Jesse's a piece of
Yeah,
shit and they're applauding him for it. Doesn't
yeah.
make a lot of sense to me at all. But
Well,
out of that
look,
cast, yeah, I would like Carl would be funny to watch.
Carl
I
would
would
be
like
very
that.
funny. Well, look, we're gonna put a pin in it because when it comes back, Love Hotel, and it's those guys, you can come back to us because we called it.
By the
Although,
way,
we're about a week late, and I'm sure other people have said it.
yeah, for sure. But if you haven't watched the first season of Love Hotel, do yourself a favor because
Mm-hmm.
we don't steer you guys wrong. We pointed you towards Soho. We told
Yep.
you, and it took you guys a long time to watch it. And then every time you did, every new person to watch it was like, "Oh my god, the show's great." Told you so. This is one of those. It is so good,
It is
so
very
entertaining,
good.
and
And
it's
it
easy.
seems like it's gonna be the perfect amount of 8 episodes, and that
Yeah,
is what you want
it's
from a
just
weird little spin-off show.
it's
It's just
great.
a little bit. Yep,
It's
just get your
lovely.
mouth.
No, they're
Just,
what?
what?
I don't know. You just said something with the mouth. I don't want to.
I
I
was
don't
gonna say
want
that.
to.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna move on, actually.
Yeah, I just want you
So,
to move on.
how about that?
I just want to move on.
This is interesting. So this is something that we've been hearing through the grapevine for a long time.
Hmm.
And we got an announcement, Real Housewives of Rhode Island. So we're like, okay, Real Housewives of Rhode Island. That's interesting. Andy's on a bunch of podcasts and his radio show talking about it. He said yesterday, it's a great Italian group of women. So
He's trying to make it to New Jersey.
I know. Well, Dolores is apparently going to be on it as a friend of. So, yes, he is trying to make it to New Jersey. I get that. I'm not here to talk about Rhode Island. I'm here to talk about a potentially secret housewife show that is
Uh-huh.
filming potentially in Chicago because
Hmm.
we've heard about this for a while. We always get those weird, like, one off DMs. Hey, I'm friends with so and so who's been casting with Bravo. They're doing something in Chicago. We always take those with a grain of salt. But there
We
were a
got
couple
one
of
that was interesting.
weird reports saying that they were filming and it was Bravo cameras, NBC cameras at a Chicago Cubs game with a group of women
Yo, I swear that we got a DM from somebody that was at the game
at the
and
game. Yeah,
can
I
confirm
saw that
this.
too. And then I saw something on Twitter saying, what the fuck's going on here? I just saw a group of women walking around with NBC cameras filming them. It looks like a housewife show in Chicago, which substantiates a lot of the rumors that we've been hearing. So are we going to get a little secret housewife show? Just pop up out of nowhere? Hey, guys, we're announcing this at BravoCon. By the way, it airs in December. So, like, here you go. That would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah, I would too. God, I wish I could find that DM. I mean, you just described it perfectly from what they
Yeah.
said. But yeah, somebody
I
reached
saw a
out.
lot of it on Twitter after a while. And at some point, I'm like, all right, everybody's saying the same thing. Like, hey, there's something here.
Well, let's jump over to our friends at realityt.com. They're usually up and up on what's going on, and they did have an article. It says that it has not been confirmed, which we obviously know that, but this has been a rumor for a while because in
Yep.
2019, a group of women claimed they were auditioning for Real Housewives of Chicago, but that turned out to be a bunch of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some talk that Tinsley Mortimer could have been involved because she moved from New York to Chicago.
Yep.
But Andy explained that the casting never worked out. However, like you just said, a glamorous group of women was spotted at the Chicago Cubs game. They had custom jackets from the team. They had a suite to watch the game, which is
Mm-hmm.
very housewivesy activity, as they say on here. But again, no confirmation. Let's see. In the past, production companies have filled pilots with groups of women with hopes of pitching them to the network. So it could, oh, okay. So it could be one of those where it's like an independent
Could
company
be.
that's like, oh, we got something here, and then pitch to the network. Now, if that is what this is, I say give them a shot. I think we need more new
I
cities.
agree. I agree. I say give them a shot. I think we need people in something like a Chicago, like Rhode Island
Yeah.
could be very cool. I mean, that's
I'm
old money.
excited for
That's
Rhode
fun.
Island.
It's a new destination. We saw that with Salt Lake. Salt Lake's taken off. It's one of the best shows on Bravo now. But we
Hands down.
do need the staples of big cities. So if you can give us both and we can see what happens, I'm into it. We haven't seen Chicago yet. They don't really go to Chicago for any of these things. So that would be a lot of fun. And we don't usually report on rumors. You know us. But there's a lot here. There is
There's
a
a
lot
lot
here.
of buzz, yeah.
And we want to get ahead of it before anything drops, just in case, you know?
And we've been hearing about this one for a while. This is not like it's just starting to really pick up some steam after they were spotted potentially at the game. But a Midwest housewife show, like fuck yes. I'm so in for that. I think that'd be a great change of pace. I think that if you want to look at a great example of kind of out of the box, Salt Lake was that. Because when it came out, a lot of people were like, what the fuck? Why are we going to Salt
Are we
Lake?
just going to be Mormons? And they weren't real, like, practicing Mormons for the most part. So it was better.
No, although multiple claim to be, even though they just developed their own brand of Mormonism, which is just not Mormonism, but whatever.
That's not how that works.
It was and is an absolute banger because it's something. I think the problem with all of the, general big cities like a Miami, a New York, whatever, you're expecting something. LA, like OC, I mean, or Beverly Hills. You're expecting X,
You're
Y,
just going
and
to
Z.
name all of them now? You're just
Well,
keep going?
I did. I was trying to name the big ones, and then I went brain dead, and then I snapped back into focus. So I was like, oh, it was kind of like lagged. It was almost like a glitch in my brain. So just leave me alone. But yes, in those cities, you're expecting a certain je ne sais quoi. Hey, nice.
I knew you were going to do it.
Right there, baby.
I saw
you saw it ruminating on my tongue over there. You creep.
Right in your mouth.
Yeah, you were looking at your dirtbag. But if you go to a Chicago, if you go to a Salt Lake, if you go to a Rhode Island, we don't have expectations. We're not really sure what to look for. And that is what gives you a better product because we're not expecting certain things to hit. We're just waiting and seeing what we got. I think it's genius. I think that they need to just take more risks with housewife shows. I think they're too trepidatious with them. I think they're too scared to miss on them, that they don't throw enough shit against the wall. They tried with Dubai. That was a disaster. They paused Miami, brought it back. It's amazing. Salt Lake's amazing. If Rhode Island hits, I think they need to open the floodgates because it's almost like a last ditch effort. Because I think every Housewives fan across the board will agree that these shows are getting somewhat stale. So instead of just, hanging up the cleats, let's say fuck it and throw out 5 new ones and see if 3 of them hit. Fuck it.
I'm with you. I hope for the best when it comes to this. And I think it just makes the most sense possible. And again, if we hear anything else about this, we'll be the first to tell you as long as it lines up with our recording schedule.
Yeah, then you'll hear from us first or
we'll put it on our socials, obviously. But when it comes to us letting go on a news podcast, if it lines up, you'll be the first to know.
Then we'll tell you. We'll tell you what's up.
One more thing.
One big thing.
This is actually kind of sad.
Yeah,
Tom Girardi.
I'm not sad.
But it's sad. It's just I don't know. So Tom Girardi sentenced to 7 years in actual prison. Did it yesterday? I think it was. He looks awful. And we heard this from Erica. Erica said that he's a shell of himself. He doesn't even look like somebody she recognizes. Definitely not the man that she married. Blah blah blah. I didn't expect him to look like that. Also, we're letting people just out of prison left and right. Everything's going on here. There's people that aren't. We have the fucking Chris Leader out of jail, which like I don't even know if they deserved as much of a sentence as they got, but they should probably still be there. We're putting a fucking 80-year-old senile man who looks like that in prison for 7 years, and this is a big win for us.
Yeah,
just let the man go. Put him on hospice. He's gonna. I'm sorry, but he's gonna croak in like a year. This isn't a big win.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Just I know what he did was terrible. It's just like I'm just saying it's not a big legal victory. Like, oh, we got him 7 years. He's gonna die tomorrow.
I think it's a legal victory in regards to the families that were affected, where they feel like they got justice. Yeah. That's what they're saying.
I don't.
As far as sticking him in jail to rot there, I could give two shits. Don't be an asshole and don't break the law, and you don't have to go to prison.
He's
so
not even
I don't
gonna know where he is.
Good.
He
that makes
doesn't
it,
even know.
Then why do you feel bad?
Because there's no repercussions. He didn't get it. It just took too long. We should have done this fucking 5 years ago.
Well,
maybe when he was still with it,
court system.
Lucid. Yeah.
Well,
that's part of the problem with Tom Girardi, the fucking court system. So.
Well, they're like you said, they're handing out pardons like fucking cotton candy now because apparently, as long as you pay into a certain fund, then you get to get a pardon. You get a pardon. He gets a pardon. The Chrisleys get a pardon because the daughter was a big supporter of somebody.
Let's let Joe Giudice come back. He's still in the Bahamas.
Let him back in. Don't even, because I can already see that fucking headline, bro, and I'm
waiting for it. I actually think
lose my shit, bro.
I'm waiting for it.
Any fucking entertainment personalities just boop, come on out. Like, what are we doing?
But this is Tom Girardi. He's got to go. He's got to go rot.
I don't give a fuck.
He's a dead man walking.
Good.
It's just you read it and you see the picture and you're like, oh. Like,
I see what you're saying. Like, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, like, don't do the crime if you
I don't care. Personally,
I know you don't care.
I don't give a shit.
I know.
It's just like,
I just want to clarify to our listeners.
No, he gets to go haunt the prison. Like, he's going to turn into a ghost in like 24 hours. Yeah, he's going to go haunt the prison. They don't haunt them.
Well, there's his punishment. Is he lives eternity
like Jennifer Tilly's house.
Why would you put him on Tilly like that? That's not cool. Why would
all the ghosts in LA go?
No,
all the ghosts in LA.
No, she doesn't
hang out at Tilly's.
She doesn't go to that house, and that Malibu house of hers is sitting there empty because she doesn't like it because it's haunted. That's when you know you've got fucking money. I don't go to my Malibu house because there's a ghost in it.
It's fucking haunted.
But meanwhile, she has the creepy house next door, the party house with all the dolls.
Supposedly not haunted. Yeah.
I don't know.
She hired a bunch of like ghost detectives to like try to like get like some sort of exorcism or
probably
like Ghostbusters. Like, I'm sure there's real life Ghostbusters.
I told you I want to go on one of those.
Oh yeah,
like a paranormal
spooky season.
Would you do that with me?
Yeah, definitely.
I think that'd be fun. I don't know if that shit's real or not, but I think it'd be fun.
It's good content for our listeners.
Shit!
Scared shitless.
You guys want to go? Maybe we can do one in the Eastern State Penitentiary, like a private tour with ghost people.
It's right around the corner.
That would be sick. Yeah, you live like 2 blocks away. Oh, doxed it.
Doxed me.
Jesus. Maybe. Maybe he lives there.
He might. By the time this is released, he's moving out.
He moved already. Did you creature try to find him?
Oh, one last thing. This is a surprise for you.
Okay.
We've got 2 housewives going to Australia.
Yeah.
Just randomly. I could not for the life of me find a sponsor. I thought maybe it was Hayu. I thought maybe it was Bravo sending them there or NBC or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they're doing down there. I got no information. Whitney Rose and Teresa Giudice.
What?
I don't know.
Together?
I have no idea why they're going down there. I gotta pull up the flyer. But yeah,
what could they
going on?
Be doing there?
And it's coming up soon.
Is it a show? Not like a show, like a
I think it's
show.
like a cabaret of some kind, or like a 2-woman show, if you will. But they are going on tour in Australia starting in July. Yeah,
Teresa And
They both
Whitney-
posted it on Instagram, so you can
I
just look up
believe
one
you.
of their Instagrams.
I'm just Googling it to see if something pops up. They're both on an Australian tour for a live show. It just says this live show. The show promises a showdown. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no, listen to it. So they're both on an Australian tour this July for a live show. The show promises a showdown between housewives and drag queens with drama,
Oh, I
glam,
didn't
and
see that.
jaw-dropping moments. Yeah. Australian tour. It's called the Housewives Drag Race Showdown. The show is expected to be filled with drama, glamour, and surprises. They're going to Australia, Port Macquarie, if I said that wrong, sorry, Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Brisbane, and the Gold Coast. Huh.
All right. Well,
there you go.
Not something I'd buy tickets to, but a variety show of sorts, that's for sure.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds kind of, I would probably do that.
We have those here in Philly, and we haven't gone to one of them. They happen like every other month.
I'm just saying I would go. Not like the Teresa Giudice downtown, but if it was like Teresa and Whitney versus the drag queens, like I'm down. That sounds like a blast.
What do you think? They're fighting?
No, I don't know. I don't think they're fighting, but clearly
that.
some shenanigans are going on. I don't know. That sounds
Celebrity
entertaining.
Deathmatch.
If that was in Philly, I would go to that. That piqued my interest. That's weird.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Steele wants to go.
Oh yeah, you heard it here. I would go to that. As far as what it is, I don't know. That's interesting. I didn't see that. Nice little surprise there at the end, pal.
Nice little surprise at the end. But that's all I got for you. You got anything for me?
That's weird to be on this side of it.
Yeah, you don't like that.
No, I do, because I don't have to take notes. I just get
to
react for once. It's kind of
Hell
lovely.
yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, that's our show from the BNN Network, Bros News Network.
All right.
I'm Steele, and he's Shooter, and I'll work on our sign-off.
We'll see you next time.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Here you go, Cronkite.